How's it going, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Getting set up here. We're going to be doing more C programming, C basics. We're going to walk through this list. We did some of these items yesterday. Function pointers, strings, passing data by reference, structures, and unions. We'll play around with some unions today. This will be interesting. I'm actually kind of excited about this one. Macros. I've only written a few macros that I've used throughout my time with C. I typically don't really ever have to need to use them because I've kept everything really simple. Let's see if we're going to how's it going, SAQ 3000? Hey, Steven, how much time do you keep live on? Well, usually up at least an hour, right? We try for at least an hour. That's the plan, at least 1 hour. So if we can keep it going for an hour, we're good. We're good. If we could go for longer, then okay. No, I can't always do for longer. However, sometimes we can. Sometimes we can. All right. So let's strap in. Let's get some C basics going here. Static var. That one's going to be good. I like enums. Enums are great. I like enums, especially Rust enums. Rust enums are fantastic. Stopwatch set. All right, 1 hour. All right, we got 1 hour. We're good. We should be able to go for a little bit longer, just a smidge longer for 1 hour. I think we'll be good today. I'm actually kind of excited. Recursion. That one's easy. Although, typically, I recommend we don't ever implement recursion. Ever. Under no circumstances do you ever really, unless you're trying to do some, I don't know, some math that's a one-time thing and it's like a batch type situation, then recursion is fine. You just don't ever do this in production in a workload that's continuously running. This is a big no-no for continuous running. There's just no need. You just don't need it. You disassembled an old calculator and found polarizer in them. Oh, wait. What's a polarizer? It's something cool to take a look at if you don't know about it. I don't know about it. SAQ 3000, you always come in with interesting things, don't you? All right. Polarizer calculator. What is this? What is it? I'm looking it up here. I'm looking it up. Did I type that right? It's something about Malus law calculator. Wait, no. What is a polarizer in a calculator? What is that? What is that? Is it the screen? As well as the screen is, usually refers to the physical polarizing film used as the LCD screens, which controls the light from the digits or polar mode, setting the graphing equations. Oh, so the screen part of the thing, the polarizer film, got it. LCD uses two polarizing filters and liquid crystals that twist each of the pixels, right? I believe that each of the pixels. Applying voltage changes the crystals, alternating the light that allows to be passed through it. Either light will go through or it doesn't. And so that will give you the print on the screen. I remember that part. Hey, Adia, live subtitles. That's cool, isn't it? Isn't it neat? Live subtitles. That's where we're at right now. We got live with the subtitles. I'm actually kind of curious. Let me click some buttons over here. See what that looks like. Yeah. I was taking a look at it to see. Like, it looks pretty good. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's great to have everyone here. We're going to be doing what you call it, C basics. We're going to do a few basics in C. We'll cover this list. So previously we did function pointers, strings, reference, passing data by reference, structs, and type defs, which is nice. Type defs is nice because it allows you to write less code. So type defs are nice. And SMP, live subtitles. I know, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought it's possible? It's very possible. In fact, you have them and they're pretty good, aren't they? They are pretty good subtitles. YouTube doing a job because they don't care about subtitles. Well, they do have closed captions, which you can turn on. You do have closed captions, which you can turn on. However, those, I don't know, I think this is easier. I like the one word at a time that flashes on the screen fast. That's just my preference, and so that's what you get because they're open captions, and you don't have any preference over. You can't change it. Only I can. So that's why Karen. Okay, got a question there. Hi, how's it going there? Breathe easy. Hey, breathe easy. Good to see you. Auto-generated are quite some. Yeah, they are. They can be problematic. If I'm using words that are, outside of usual words, it doesn't always work. Your mic is definitely that good. Is it? Is it pretty good? I think it's pretty good. I try to get it set up. I've got it fairly tuned. I've got it tuned so it's nice. If you pay attention to the screen, it seems to auto-generate. Captions are working fine. Yeah, the captions were working pretty good. Mike, his life is awesome, rocking. Yeah, we're making our way. We're making our way. And so I'm actually really excited to get some C basics going for you guys. So if you're familiar with C programming or you're not, either way, this is kind of fun, a refresher to follow through, or it could be new information that you never knew about. You never knew. Have you ever used unions in C? I have not ever really needed to. And you can usually use a union to sort of describe, I believe it's when you have two data types that it can be one or the other. Let's take a peek. Let's look at this. Use unions in C. Example. All right. Let's take a quick look here. We're going to ask we'll ask some internet questions here. Let's get into unions. I've only used unions once, and have never really ever needed to use unions before. Okay, so this is interesting. This is not a way that I've used a union before. I've used it differently. Declare a union variable named data. And what my understanding is, just by reading this on the screen, you can't see anything else. You can't see anything else. It would appear to me that this looks like just a regular struct. Is it different than a struct? How is it any different? All right, so you've got data union. You're assigning data to an int. You got an int there. And then you're assigning data to a float. So you got to assign data to a float. Sounds good. And then you're putting data into a string or a string of characters. Seems fine to me. However, what is the point? What's the point? What is the difference between a union and struct? Does anyone know? I've never needed to use a union before. Only structs. I've only used structs. The actual, garbage collector for after a string is assigned will vary dependent on your system. Yeah, we know about that. Use the union keyword similar to struct. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's like, it's similar to struct, but what's different? What's different about it? I don't know. We're going to find out. You can't be pro huma, say a whole bunch of words. You can something, okay, support. Okay. Saw your message there, Lifetime. Good to have you here, Lifetime. It looks politically text related. Politically text. All right. Memory. All members share the same starting memory address. The union size is equal to the size of the largest member. I mean, shouldn't it be the size of the collection of the members? I feel like it should be the collection of the members. Not. That might be some hallucinations right there, you guys. It might be hallucinations. You never know. Access members, dot operator, sounds good. Or the error operator. You can do either. You can? Let's mess with it. Okay, let's do some unions. Let's try. Well, at least get that going there. All right, Q, explanation point. All right, ls. All right, so cp main to union. Let's do union.c. Union. All right, get rid of some of this. /star, go. Next, delete. All right, let's get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. We only need the main function. All right, there we go. Return 0. Copilot disable. So we don't do that. All right, so let's do a union. We'll call it data. And we'll say, I don't know, name. One second. Like enumerations. We are going to do enumerations here in a little bit. We'll do enumerations. Char, we'll call it in 20. Burp. Name. Okay. I'm going to be homeless, bro. I choose computer science. Well, here's the deal. Check this out. All right, listen. This is the thing. It's the thing. I know. There's a lot of fluctuation in all the jobs right now. There's a lot of fluctuation in jobs with computer science currently, right? Software engineering jobs. A lot of fluctuation. However, there is a lot of code being generated, more than ever has been generated ever before in all of history, because the AIs are generating code and people, non-coders are coding now. We are going to need your expertise. We're going to need your expertise to come in and fix everything, right? I mean, there's maintenance in all this maintenance service area that's being generated right now. Usually, those who are not really into computer science and they're trying to write their own app don't really want to maintain the app. They're going to need help to grow it, expand it, and maintain it. You will probably also be using these generative coding tools as well. It's still just another job. A ladder. You got it. A ladder. It's a ladder. So you know what? We're going to see a whole bunch of needs come around where we're going to need a lot more computer science expertise. And it's just starting to show up. So it's going to take a while. It'll take a while. The surface area of software engineering is going to balloon, and we're just going to need more software engineers than we've ever needed before. So that's the idea. Got to step. Yep. Multiple steps. We got to step it up. All right. So union. What? All right. So I'm really curious. All right. So here's my thoughts. All right. So union versus struct. What's the deal? All right. Let's learn about this. Char name int level. I'm gonna do that right. And so we can create our own. Do you got RAM? We got RAM. You got RAM. Obviously, you do as well. You might need some RAM for your device that you're currently looking at. You need some RAM for your device that you're currently looking at, or else it wouldn't work, I assume, unless there's some sort of new advanced technology that's RAM-less. Without RAM. Give me some. It's all embedded. It's not parsable. I can't piecemeal. They're unable to piecemeal it. It's not piecemealable. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Welcome on in. We're doing C. Now we're on unions, which look awfully lot like a struct. And I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. I've only ever used struct, so we're going to find out. Glock, how's it going? How you remember all this, bro? I can't even write an algorithm. Well, it's practice. It's all practice, right? It's the same as playing a game. Or you wrote some text just now on right? You just typed in, "Hey, you remember all of this? You remembered how to remember those things." Chameleon, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. This channel is all about software engineering. We usually code by hand without the help of the AI. For the most part, right? We still use some lookup stuff and things like that, and look up some things. For the most part, we're trying to keep our skill levels fresh in the world where now all the code is being generated by AI. I use it all the time. I want to keep my skills, active. So we're actively maintaining our skills, and we're chatting together. We're learning together. So we'll be focusing on artificial intelligence, with some Rust, some Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, you name it, big data, data science. Those are the topics that we usually cover here. That's what we're thinking. All right, so union. All right. Okay, union. We could use a type def data. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Then we don't need union. We could just say data, my data. Right? I think we could do that. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it builds. I'm actually really excited about it. Practice makes perfect. You got it, SAQ 2000, and you got to maintain that over time, right? Otherwise, you can atrophy. So together, chat, let's make sure we do not atrophy. Where can you actually run the code? Right here on your terminal. That's what we're going to do right now. So clang, and we're going to type in union.c, and we're going to say our out file is called union, straight up like that. Hey, it builds. All right, let's try that. /union, and boom, it did everything we wanted. No crash or anything. Hey, that works great for me. I'm happy about that. All right, str copy. And I think that is, we're going to say, how about we say Chelly? We'll say Chelly there. Santiago. Here we go. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? That's plenty. Okay, perfect. And we'll go my data dot name. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that builds. Happy? Does it run? No crash? Bus error. Well, that seems like a problem. Why is that a bus error? Did I do the copy? Yeah, I did it wrong order. Here we go. Okay. Hey, how's it going there? Say Sally? How's it going there, Sally? Oh, Glock, you said you want to be a game developer. Hey, there you go. That's what I wanted to be too. I wanted to be a game developer. You don't want to, but you don't want to do coding? Is it possible? Yeah, it is. Just get yourself some Claude code and then ask it to write Unity for you. Download the Unity Studio and then work with Claude Code. Have it write the Unity code for you. You don't have to write code, and now you can build a game that will deploy on Apple, on Android, and on a desktop. You're good to go. You want to go? Is I stick around, we'll be ready to hack the okay, Mike. I see what you said there, Mike. I just saw your message. Don't worry about if you want. Sounds good. Saley, hello. I'm still learning the strings and etc. Nice. Strings, a good way to go. The basics is pretty confusing, actually. Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's actually okay. It's okay to be confused at this point because the understanding sort of resolves itself over time. That's one of the things that I really didn't know. So I'm really happy to be able to be here to let you know it's okay that you don't understand it. It just comes along the way. After a while, you'll go off, you'll sit down, look at the sky for a while, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, that's how that works. And it just suddenly understand, yeah. It's got UI updated lately. Wait, SAQ 2000. Oh, Temple OS? It's being evolved? Wait, are you serious? I thought Temple OS was done. I didn't know people were still making it better. Mint can run on old machines, still faster than Windows. I like XFIS. So XFIS, Linux, XFIS, XFCE, Linux. I like XFIS. Here we go. It's sort of like a very lightweight, I think it's a lightweight Debian. It's a very lightweight Debian. Very small desktop, very simple, clean. It will make any computer go light speed fast. It's great. I like XFIS. I love it. Let's see here. All right. So this should build without a bus error now. Hey, there it goes. All right. Printf. We will say hello and then %string \n. Then we'll say my data.name. Okay. Now, Chelly Santiago, your name should show up on the screen. Show and /union. Boom. Hello, Chelly Santiago. There you go. Stephen, no Mint UI got updated, so not Temple OS. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. All right. I was wondering about that. I was like, really? Temple OS? Really? So it was just Mint. Understood. How did you get started at this, man? I received a book from my family when I was 11 called Teach Yourself C++. And it came with a compiler on a CD. And I put it in and I started typing in and I ran it and I built compiler and I was good. And I was struggling to learn it. This was very long when I was children. And that's really when I got started. Computers are scary. Computers are really scary. You press a button and it goes boop. And so that's kind of what I wanted to beat my fear. And so now I've got power over them with the software that we run on them. Windows or Mac, which is better? I like a Unix-based system. Obviously, Windows now comes with like a built-in Linux, LXC or something. What is that called? Linux something. I keep forgetting. So you essentially get Linux with Windows. So they're all kind of the same now. You get everything. You got Mac, Unix, so Mac, yep, you got it. I like Mac. I'm on Mac. Computer jump scare. I know, right? Hey, Mohammed, good to see you. Mac is better Docker compatibility and also Unix based. Yeah, there you go. But Linux is better than all. You got it. Linux is great. So I run a lot of Linux. At my company, we've got a globally distributed messaging infrastructure. It's called PubNub. And I have thousands and thousands of Linux servers distributed everywhere across the planet running on AWS in all of their data centers. So I use Linux a lot. I use a lot of Linux. Linux subsystem for Windows. Mohammed, thank you. LXS or something. I don't remember what the acronym is. Linux subsystem for Windows. LSW? Something like that. Yeah. So I use a lot of Linux. All right. So here is a union. We got a union, and we also included type def, so it's nice and pretty. Linux is less user-friendly. Also, more in code for coders. You're right. Yes, it is. It is more for coding. WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah, so you know what? Good news. You can choose Windows and you still get Linux. So it's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter anymore. Everything's everything now. It's all merged together. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the floaty heart icons there. See it floating up there on the screen. All right, so now that we've used the union, what do you do with it? Why is it different than struct? See, watch this. Watch this. All I have to do is do this. Struct. Save, rebuild, run, done. What is the difference? They're exactly the same. What's happening here? I've used a union before between two structs, so you can union two structs. I've seen that before. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? You're back on Windows running all kinds of issues with Python. Linux was super easy to set up in your dev environment. Yeah, Linux has some good developer friendliness to it, no matter the distro, as long as it works. And we're getting paid. All right, exactly, Riz. You got it, Riz. It should be like drowning in code for normal users. Is it? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Although you can if you want to. You can if you want to. All right, so check this out. So we struct and union identical. What is the difference? Let us learn. I've only ever used struct. What is a union for? Why am I here right now? Why am I here? Let's go like this, like that. Go back over here. Okay. Let us see if we get more information. Keyword similar to struct. All members share memory starting. Access members using the dot operator or the arrow operator. Doesn't matter. Okay. We're doing it either way. Union. Okay, so interesting. All right, so let's keep looking here. I'm actually really curious about this. Windows subsystem for Linux is slow. Is it? So it's like it emulated. It's not as fast as natively run, is what you're saying. Some people say coding is hard, but it's actually hard. I mean, you're kind of seeing what we're doing here. We're kind of figuring things out. It's a lot of reading. Right? It's a lot of reading docs, typing in things, reading more, testing it with the compiler. Does it run? Does it run? Does it run? You know, that sort of thing. And it does, or it doesn't. Sometimes it crashes. And so we're trying to figure this out. All right. A lot. Single active member. Only the most recently assigned member contains a valid value. Wait, what? Assigning a new value to one member makes the values of the other members invalid? So, okay. Okay, got it. Understood. Now, this should be at the very top of the screen. This is what a union is. A union, this is what I thought a union is. It's one of these things. It's sort of like, this is kind of neat. Check it out. Actually, it's pretty neat. It allows you to define a data type that is a multivariate data type. Kind of. Not really. Not really. It allows you to say this is either one thing or the other. And so I'm kind of curious about that here. It can either be one but it can't be both. So if I do this, my_data.level equals 100, and then I try printing, what is going to happen here? What's going to happen here? According to the documentation, this should cause a problem. It should cause a problem, right? Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the heart icons there. It's forced unnecessarily, especially when some code runs only on Linux. You don't want to set up two operating systems. You got it, Anthony. You got it. Thank you for the likes, you guys. floaty heart icons there. I think Linux has like a family tree. For example, Linux Mint. There are distros and what do you call it? Like, called distributions, varieties of Linux. There's still usually one Linux kernel, which is what runs all the commands that are demanded of the user space, which, I'm saying, here, pull me in some data, load in some data, give me some compute time, I might want to say, hey, I need extra compute time. You make a call to fork, or you make a call to threads and POSIX threads. It's a whole bunch of things you can do. And it's all usually one kernel. And the distributions usually have like like sort of a package of a desktop, like in a bunch of different pre-installed software. So that's where you get these flavors or distributions of Linux. Quick question. Do you really have to learn at least 5 programming languages along with data structures and algorithms and SQL to become an entry-level software development engineer? I don't think so. I think you can learn one and build your way up from there. I feel like you could. The more you know, the better, obviously, because that takes you further down the road. And the more experience you have is better. Many Linux distributions are Debian-based. Yeah, Debian-based. Some Ubuntu-based. Well, Ubuntu is Debian. Ubuntu is Debian-based. It is absolutely Debian-based. Temple is Linux. I think Temple OS is its own separate thing. I think it's a standalone. Yeah, it's completely standalone. Beyond just learning programming language and what kind of skills, including non-programming skills, should be a beginner focus on, maybe even including soft skills. Yeah, soft skills. That's a really good one. And that's some professional skills you need to work with in general when you're working with other people, right? Gotta have those soft skills. Terry was a genius, the creator of Temple OS. I've attended more than 10 interviews over the past 2 months and was rejected in all of them. Oh no! What do I really need to do? Can you give me some advice? Well, it depends on why they rejected you. That would help a lot if they gave you feedback, right? If they gave you feedback, they got you into an interview. So Mohammed, check this out. Your credentials were already enough to get you into the interview. Right? So if we put 2 and 2 together, it's something that happened during the interview, not what's on your resume. At least maybe we can pull together and deduce that part of the picture. Requirements for AI engineering. Usually you would understand how the AI is built, how it's learned, feed-forward neural network, back propagation, creating gradients, different loss algorithms, functions, the transformer, the convolutional neural network, the recurrent neural network, long-term, short-term, all those things, just so you get an understanding. What's a support vector machine? How is it different from an MLP? A lot of different little things there. So many different things. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. I'm happy that the Linux Penguin didn't appear in my screen randomly. If you know, yeah. I remember the Linux Penguin. That was everywhere when I was many years ago, like multiple decades. Linux Penguin was everywhere. Dang, Mohammed, you'll get some. Keep going, Mohammed. Keep going. So Temple OS doesn't need antivirus. No, not really, because no one's really trying to exploit it, right? So you don't really need protection. They ghosted you, no answers? That's terrible. So good news, Mohammed. Your credentials on your resume were enough to get you through into an actual interview. So you're doing good there. Just something that happened during the interview. In my country, it's almost impossible to get interviews for juniors to middle developers because the people who lie in their resumes, they're trying. Yes, you're right. There are people who are more aggressively boasting, or I don't know, what do you call it? Not telling the truth, I guess, right? Will get them into the door. So you got to be careful with that. If you're not able to demonstrate your skills, that could also be a problem. No, like when the Linux Penguin just randomly appeared in a kernel panic. I don't remember that. A kernel panic, I've only ever seen text on the screen. And the entire computer freezes, and you can no longer input data. You type on the keyboard, nothing happens. It just said, kernel panic, done, sorry. You have to go physically turn off the computer now. All right, so what's going to happen? Now we're getting back to it now. what's going to happen in this C basic when we are looking at the union and we are not using a struct, we're using a union. Only one of these data is valid at any moment. So now that we've override this and we try to print data from name, doesn't that say it should be broken? Something should happen there, right? Let's try it. Oh, weird. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Oh, isn't that neat? Okay. That is unexpected. I understand it. Because guess what? Where D comes from? Guess where D comes from? It comes from this value right here. D is the ASCII for 100. 100 is the ASCII for D. That's what that's about. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. And I don't know why that would be useful. I don't know why. I'm actually kind of curious about that. They say lying resume becomes mandatory and common thing if everyone's doing it, right? And you're just being left out. Or you could work really hard, tell the truth, and actually have the skills to do it. There you go. There you go. Like that one. Work hard. I like that one. The genius of hard working. In anime, Japanese anime, they've got like two styles of superheroes. The style of superhero that is a genius who knows everything, and the style and another kind of genius of hard work. So you've got a genius that's born with special skills and a genius of hard work. I like the genius of hard work. Let's do that one. Let's do that one, you guys. In kernel panic upload mode, what does it upload? I've not seen that before. I don't know. Probably the stack trace. Fun fact, if you go near a penguin, it thinks you are its lost ancestor. Thank you for the likes, you guys. That's kind of really sweet. I didn't know that. I believe when your hands are building skills, building proof of success, and showing that you're going to be productive regardless of the terms that the people see, and you want to be involved with you. Yeah, there you go, Kyle. That's how it works, yeah. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Because common float and screen, I can't see your code in terminal. Because comments float. Oh, you can turn off the comments if you want. The chat, you can turn off the chat. So there's a button to do that. There's a button to do that. So I'll show you here real quick. Let me click the buttons. Go to Steven, right here, run live. Let me mute this. Okay. So there's a triple dot on the screen, I think. And then, so yeah, so I don't see if you can see here. Let me go back here. So I don't know if you see on the screen. It might be hard to see because it's all blurry right there, right? It's a little bit blurry. But there's triple dots right here. You click the triple dots, or you click them, and then a thing pops up. And then you can turn off live chat if you want. Obviously, the chat's going to disappear. And then you'll be able to see the screen unimpeded, right? The code. Hey, look at that. That's the code that we're looking at right now. Isn't that neat? You can also see your chats there. That's pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. Let me turn the chat back on. Okay. Bloop. Bye, Saley. Bye, guys. Need to leave. All right. Have fun. See you in a bit. See you in a little bit. Okay. And Mike, let's see. Developer's experience. Bro, you're printing S. That's string, isn't it? You got it. It's string. But for the name, right? String for the name. Isn't that neat? But look at this. It's because it's a union. Now watch this. If I put it to a struct, no, just struct, struct there, and then you rebuild it. Guess what's gonna print now? The name. And that neat. That is pretty nifty. Hey, Steven streaming when I'm busy. Shake my head. All right. Neva, it's good to see you. Welcome on in. Anthony says, in your country, level developers put 3 years of developer experience. And with me, plus 4 years of experience, can't get interviewed, even though I don't use AI for cheating. Well, everyone's expecting to use. You need, in 2026, they're all kind of expecting you to use AI, right? It feels like cheating at this point. And you know what? Everyone else is doing it. So we have to be doing it too. We got to be doing it too. I also go to sleep in 4 a.m. Wow. Shelly, Santiago, have a good sleep. Thank you for stopping in. You subbed, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. We'll catch you at the next one. I'll tune in for the next live. Sounds great. Shelly, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Isn't it neat? Look at this. Struct, union versus struct. Isn't that neat right there? I think that's just nifty. I think that's nifty. Now, here's what I want to know. What if we did it without the name? Will that build? Will that even build? I don't know. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like it. What if, can we say, we can't do name, right? We can't do that. Name. That can work. Nope, doesn't like that either. Duplicate. It's just a very weird, unsavory setup. Like, it's just unsavory. It's odd. I think it's very odd. The union. I think it's very odd. I understand, although I think it might be better to do a union with a struct. Does that sound better to you? I think if we unioned a struct and had two structs, that is more interesting. Right? I don't know if you would need to do it, but I think that's more interesting. I think it's a little bit more interesting. But like with interviews, they usually explicitly tell you not to do AI. It's build without touching, doing the .name. This build without touching the .name. It builds. Oh yeah. So so we're good. Here, so we're doing unions. Never, because you mentioned unions. I remember yesterday you're like, hey, we should do unions. I've never really needed to use a union, and it's also very weird. I think, though, if we did a struct for either of these options, I think that would be more interesting. I feel like it's a little bit more interesting. You got a warning on error? Yeah, because I was messing. I was like massaging it. I'm like, hey, can I get the syntax that I want? The answer is no. You can't. Even though in a union, you can only have one active data type or one active member of your data here at any one moment, it is very odd that you still have to use directly the name of the member. I feel like it would be much nicer if you didn't have to use the name. If it was just one, although I guess there's some confusion there. It's just odd. I just think it's odd. You know what? There we go, though. There we go. I think it's just very weird. I think it's very weird. Although I think this demonstrates it pretty well. What if we did a struct, though? Let's do struct. Oh, you know what? Can we do a struct inside here? Struct like this. Let's go like this. Struct, and then we'll say happiness. We'll do like a char happiness, and it will be another 20. I'm curious about this. That'll build, right? That'll build perfectly fine. Hello, sir. What's up? Good to Shriel. We're doing good. Thank you for asking. Union is a way to save memory. It's exactly like you struct less memory. Oh, you'd use them like Rust enums by adding a C enum as a tag. Interesting. Note. Has no idea what's in there, just memory. No idea which member is stored. Got it. That is pretty neat. That should build perfectly fine. Hey, hold on a second. All right. I was about to say. Now we should build. There we go. All right. So now I can also have a struct in here. What if I said my happiness? Wait, this is unnamed. How do I access it? Joy. Can I say name joy dot happiness? Can I do that? Will that work? And then that should still build. Oh, it does not like that. It doesn't like it. Do I need to name this differently? Joy type def. Is that gonna work? Probably not. Okay, we got to do it like this. Type def joy, and then we'll say a joy happy. We'll just say happen. I know it's confusing. Hold on, don't worry. We're messing around. We're just messing around with this. This should compile now, right? Although joy, this is a joy. This is a joy, and then I say data dot happen. There we go, and then dot happiness. There we go. So that should be happy now, right? Hey, yeah, it is. All right. We're figuring things out. See now, thanks for the likes. Thank you for the heart icons there. So we got two different things happening here. We got a struct, which is inside of a union. And then the union can have two different structs if you want. And you can also have other things. Luigi, how's it going, Luigi? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. We're doing some C basics today. How are you? Doing great. Hope you are well as well. With our C basics, we are currently covering unions and good patterns. So Neva just brought up a really good point that we could use a union like an enumeration in some way, like an enum. 75 viewers. Wow, it's amazing. It's like the live, everyone. Hey, there we go. Welcome on in. Glad to have you all. We're doing C basics. Is a basic coding. That's what we're doing. C basics. We've got a plan for today. If you're here, the plan for today is to go over some of these items. So we did unions just now. We'll probably do some macros, static variables, enumerations, some recursion if you want. I don't recommend ever doing recursion. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can just do a for loop or something like that if you want. Header files, bit shifting. Be careful about memory. I don't know. Buffer or underflows and overflows. Stack versus heap allocation, reading files, and bitwise operators. And then 50 people left. Yeah. It's how it goes sometimes. It's how it goes. C basics. Oh, that's the plan. Whoa, I'm learning Python and R for data science, and is basic useful as well? Is basic? I don't think so. I think basic is fine from a learning perspective. From a learning perspective, it's perfectly fine. All right, let's get back into it. All right. Making our way, you guys, making our way. So we're currently covering unions. Let's keep playing with this really quick. So I think there's a way here that we can make this a little bit more. So what I want to look into is what Neva was describing just a little bit while ago, which is enums. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Appreciate it. For the floaty heart icons. So we can type def in enum, and then we can use that data type here to have a type, and then a union with a value. Oh, and a struct. Oh, nifty. Look at that. All right, I see now. I see. We're figuring it out, aren't we? There's never a pattern that I've ever had to use to do this because it's kind of, advanced and unnecessary, I feel like. Okay, good for learning concepts. Good to know. Yep, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for the floaty heart icons there, you guys. Appreciate it. Good to have you here. All right, so let's mess with it now. All right, so now that we understand, so if we can do an enum, we can do our own enum, right? So we can do enum if we want. We could do also type def enum. And we'll go over here and we'll have different types and we'll call it our type. Well, let's see. I mean, just type. Let's call it a type. Do we need a, we do, okay. So we'll say int, and then we'll also say, can we do commas? Yes, and we'll say stir, right? Do int and stir. We're gonna do that. We're gonna be doing those two. So we'll do an integer and a string because we want to do level name, so we keep things happening here. We get rid of this. Well, we could keep the struct. I don't know if we need it or not though. And then we could have a struct here, and we'll call this like in JSON, for example. If we're going to make some JSON, it has a whole bunch of different data types, right, and different nodes. So we could with this pattern is pretty neat and memory saving. We can create a union with a data type that has like string, array, object, lists, a whole bunch of things. That's pretty neat. Let's create our own simple. We'll create our own simple JSON, right? We'll create a simple JSON. So it's simple. String or int. That's it. That's all you get. No arrays, no objects, just string and int. So it's not really JSON. Hey, Quantified Quantum, good to see you. Welcome on in. I was watching the anime last night. Another episode of The Beyonders. I can't remember the show name. It is very, very graphic. It's very graphic. Very beautiful, though. Very beautiful. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm on episode 10 or there so about. So I'm on episode 10. Thank you for the heart icons there, you guys. Thank you for the floaty heart icons. All right. So we're going to do that. Here, let's pull this over here. I don't know if I want that. Okay. So we're going to do, so we'll do this struct and then we'll do a union in here. This will be a union. We'll make it a union. And then let's see here, union, and then we'll have our int I, and then a char str, and let's say 100 or something like that, right? There we go. So now we've got two data types, and then instead of having this, we'll delete that. We'll do an enum, and this will be a JSON type, something like that. And then we go over here. I think that's it, right? I think that's how that's going to work. I'm pretty sure this is syntactically correct. Pretty sure. Steven, can we do coding together? I saw your Glock. Yeah. You got moderated, Glock. You got moderated. Hey, long time. The Tech Man, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Happy to see you. We're doing C basics. I normally see you doing Rust or Python. Good to see some C. I know, right? And we are doing some C. That's the plan for today. We're rushing back up on our C. It's been a while, so I feel like it's good to do some C basics. And so we're doing in an enum with type def and JSON kind of. I'll do JSON kind of here. Sort of, kind of. JSON sort of, right? Let's bring this back over here. So it's sort of JSON, but not really. It's part of JSON. Integer and string. That's all you get. That's all you get. Integer and string. And then we've got a union. And then the type of data. So this will be just that. And we don't need that anymore. All right, so let's pull this on over here. What I'm going to do is bring this down over here. Close that. Okay. So this is our full screen. Now we know what the difference between a struct and a union is. We know what the difference is. Basically, they're the same other than a union. It only allows you to reference one of the members at a time. So you can either be the integer or you can be the string or the string of characters, right? You forgot the name of the union as data. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay. Data. Thank you. Hey, Neva. Hey, thank you. We got it right there. We got it right there. Okay. So now we need to rewrite our main here to work with our new kind of JSON. Type def. Well, okay. Hold on one second. I suppose we could do that as data, right? Data. And this will be value. I like the word value better. Now we've got some weird confusion going on, but I think that's fine. Type of the value and the value of the value, right? Type and the value and then data. Okay, so this could be name. So it's going to be name dot type equals. How do we set? How do we do this? I forgot. It's going to be, we need to set the type. We don't have to. There's no reason to, unless we're going to, be doing more stuff. But let's take a quick peek here. Type. Looking. Okay. Int type. Where was that at? Okay. Really? Are you serious? No way. All right. We'll try it. Int. Okay. Name, and then we do this. Moderator power, and I don't know. Now you know. Marco Rubio. Yeah. You can make letters and letters to safely get pointers to the inner type. And if it's the wrong type, get null. That is neat. See, that is powerful because that'll help prevent accidents. You wake up early in the stream in a bit. Earlier because I either can sleep or watch the stream. The Tech Man. Well, definitely take care of yourself. You want to make sure that you got the right amount of human required sleep. Name dot str. And then we'll go over here. And then we'll change our name here. We'll say Neva. And it will be name dot str. We should be able to do that. And we'll say name.str. I'm just going to try it. We're going to try it. Kind of. Do we have to do this? I'm actually curious about that. Let's find out. All right. Build. Not happy. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and comment some things out. Okay. Happy. Yep. Okay. Let's do this. Does it like that? Nope. Doesn't like that. All right. Now it's good. Weird. Just so weird. It's like this gets the enumerator, the enumeration internally this data value gets leaked into the global scope, which is very annoying. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm asleep right now. See you all in a few days, maybe a weeks. Okay, keep going with the YouTube. We'll return. All right, the Tech Man sounds good. Enjoy your sleep. That's a really long time to go to sleep. Enjoy it. Enjoy the long weeks of sleep. Thank you for the likes, you guys. All right, so that works for whatever reason. And then we're going to try sending Neva in. Okay, now it has a problem. Name, data, value. So it's value, not str. So value dot. There we go. That should do the trick right there. And C, enumerators are just integers. The fact you can type def them is kind of weird. Really. Yeah, C++ fixes the global issue using enums in class. Ah, nice. That's actually a really good fix. I like that fix. I don't like for the global leaking of something that I feel like should be scoped into like, I mean, come on, right? Like seriously. I think it's weird. So you can assign value to the unit object itself, and it will be assigned to internal variable. That as far as I mean, can you? Can you really? So here, let's try it. Let's see if this builds. All right, so that works. Let's see if we can print it out real quick. All right, let's try that. All right, that is a problem. Oh, right, because it's got to be this. Here we go. Okay. All right, so that works. Can we do this? This is my question. Can we do this? Probably not. Last time that didn't work. See, yeah, it doesn't like that. This is what it would be nice if you could do that, right? Although C wouldn't really know what to do there. Although it is defined right here perfectly fine. The compiler, if it wanted to, it could. It could figure it out. It could fully figure it out. So that's what I want. It's just not doing what I want, which is fine. So this works, and there we go. Now we have a fully working example with an enum, a struct, a union, and all in one file. Kind of an interesting C basic here. It's pretty interesting. And it's a little overwhelming because it's got a lot of stuff all mashed together. Namespaces are pretty neat in C++. Namespaces, yeah. The namespaces. Also, C having no namespaces means people give better names to avoid, clashes, which usually is easier to read. Yes. So I should say like JSON kind of like that. It would be a better. So it's a little bit more verbose. You get the verbosity. Although I said it's an int, but it's really not an int. It's a stir. And then so what we could do is we could write a switch statement here. And what is the switch statement? Switch statement is on the type. Something like that. Let's see, how do we do switch? I know there's a switch in here. Switch case, right? I forgot the case. Case, it will be a break. And then we print. Right? And we do another case. Case. Are we doing, is this the right? Are we doing it right? Yes. And it's got to be a colon. Okay, case. I need a video on Python. Python is great. Python is so good. So good. C also having no better to avoid class. Yes, okay. Why is he writing C and not C++? We're keeping it simple. C is like, really simple. Keeping it simple. 6 minutes left. Ooh. Hey, start of the clock. Good news. We're hitting our goal. We're hitting our goal. We wanted at least an hour. We wanted at least an hour and doing good. Good news. We can keep going. We've got a little bit more time. Let me double check though, real quick. Just double check. I'm gonna click some buttons. I'm gonna check my calendar. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. We got some important meetings that we do have to get going to, but not yet. We're fine for now. We're fine for now. What else did I want to check? Oh, this right here. Okay. All right. Looking good, you guys. Looking good. So C++ is abstracted, at least for learning. Got it. Yeah, you could write C in C++. So it's nice as a foundation, I think. I think it's nice as a foundation. Let's keep going. JSON int. Yes, int, please. And then we'll go like this. We'll paste that, and then we'll say a digit. And then we'll say, instead of an int, we'll do an int. Or sorry, like that. Name value int. I guess person. Okay. I like that better. And then, is this it? Is that all we have to do? I think that's all we have to do. That should work perfectly fine, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah, we are. How about we say number? It's a little bit nicer, right? Number is a little bit nicer. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Because Linus Torvalds doesn't like C++. That's why. All right, right? Yeah. C is great all on its own. I like C. I would, so if I was going to write something that's remarkably fast and performant and I needed it to be super duper fast, I would do C and maybe a little bit of assembly. However, today and age, Rust exists and it's just about as fast and it has all these built-in safeties and it's a little bit easier to use and build abstractions that are cleaner and have less code. So I would go with Rust. Just going to go contribute, focusing on JavaScript, Python, and Rust. All right, there you go. That's the way. I do like my C though. I still do. It's what got me to where I'm at today is C. Like I have to say thank you to C because I built this networking technology for communication and I was able to distribute it across the world, across all the Amazon's data centers. And now I've got a nice, successful company. I think we are doing really nice marketing leading platform for built-in app communication. That's what we do. And that's what C is doing. That's what C is doing. Yeah, C is fun if you want to learn assembly as well. It's really neat when you're learning assembly and C, you can kind of see what's happening. You get the picture clicks in a lot better. It clicks. Hey, Vinya, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. It's good to have you here. My name is Stephen Blum, CTO at PubNub. We've got over 1 billion connected devices on my network. We've got 68 patent claims that have been granted. I've been in professional technology for 25 years. Happy to share all the things I know. What we do on this channel is software engineering and coding by hand with Scratch for the most part. We don't use artificial intelligences to write our code for us. So we can learn and keep all the knowledge active and exciting. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Appreciate it. I like the floaty heart icons there. So it's great to have you all here today. We will also be going over artificial intelligence, Python, JavaScript, Rust, a whole bunch of different things. Assembly language. Hey, Brian, 194. Hey, welcome on in. Thank you for subscribing. Good to have you here. You're on the right channel. You are on the right channel for software engineering. And we are doing our C basics today. Thank you for the party poppers and the likes, you guys. The heart icons there. Good to have you. I've never used Rust for for anything in assembly. Yeah, same here. I have neither. Where's the best resource for learning assembly? X64. Any recommended books? I actually never would have the answer to that. Never has that. So yo, how's it going? How much money can one make from this in this field? Pretty much, you know, it's massive scale, right? It's software engineering, which has unlimited ability to copy itself. So it just keeps going. Dan Border. Hey, Dan Border. Welcome on in. Good to see you. You've joined the right channel. Thank you for subscribing. 25 years, though, you were in your 30s. Well, that's my professional career. I know, right? We are old, you guys. We're old. How did you come up with the name PubNub? It's like PubSub, right? It's like PubSub. So let's type this on the screen really quick so you can see. PubNub is kind of like PubSub. You can see what the difference is, right? PubSub. It is 1 letter difference on the S right there. You can see right there. Right there, the S, you guys. All right. There we go. Let's see right there, right there on the screen, right there. Haas, how's it going, Hassan? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. You've joined the right channel for software engineering. We're doing our C basics today. We're going over lots of different things. A lot of different things. Hi, Vikas. Vikas, good to see you. Great to have you guys here. All right, we're learning. PubNub first thing comes to mind is something else. Yeah, I know. That's been a common thing throughout the years, so I understand what you're talking about. There were very often when we get social media posts that said the exact same thing. On a regular basis, it still happens. It used to happen like hourly. It was crazy. I know, right? It is unexpected. Hey, how's it going? Vishal, welcome on in. Good to have you here. All right, so that is that. Let's see if it still builds and runs. Okay, so we should have fixed all the problems, and it should work. Hey, there we go. And as you can see there, we got hello, never. We were able to get it to work. So this is some pretty good C basics here. We did enumeration. We did a struct. We did some unions. Right here, we did a union. And then we leveraged the union with an enumeration, just like Neva described to us. Just like favorite programming language, Rust. I have to say Rust because of how much it's benefiting me. Rust is benefiting me enormously. Ankit, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Good to have you here. Wow, so many subscribers, you guys. This is we're like on a new record here. What's happening? What are you doing over here? I just want to know where the best resources and books. Yeah, so Neva's got good recommendations there. Guess what? I'm trying to do Steve. Wait, what are you trying to do? SAQ 3000. I'm kind of curious. Stop with the fillers. You're running into your naturally good looks. What does that mean, Saturn the shining one? What does that mean, Saturn? I think you're talking about my face, and I'm just old, so that's how I look. I'm just old. And I see what the compiler does. Ideally coding in C. Using magnet to control where plasma flows. SAQ 3000, you're always in that. You're always got some interesting. C is beautiful. I like C. It's great. What is the best piece of advice I've received? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Okay. You're building a product. You've got a product. It works really well. It could even be the best product in the world. However, it's the best product in the world that no one has ever heard about. And it can be that way. You can build an amazing product and no one will ever hear about or use it. What's important is marketing and sales. In order to get your product out there, you have to take time to do those things. They say you should spend 90% of your time on that, which is kind of ridiculous, right? And that's more just to say, to motivate you, make sure you spend enough time on marketing and sales, even though you're building software. Thank you for the hearts icons there. Thank you for the floaty heart icons. Good to have you here, everyone. We did it. We were able to succeed in getting this part done. Let me open up our main really quick. Main.c. All right. So we did our unions. We did... is that all? Is that all? Oh, we did enums. Okay. I was about to say... I'm like, is that it? For a whole hour? So we were able to do this. And then we merged in structs as well. What is this guy coding? We're doing C basics. We're just kind of going through how each of these different keywords are being used and leveraged in the language. We went over unions just now. I've not really ever needed a union before. However, I do see where I might want to use one. There are dark magic tricks you can do, which basically cheat. Really, Neva? Some really interesting things you can do. That snippet is off, absolutely awful. Which snippet? Which one? Right here? Yeah, I know. It's not the greatest. I know. It's not the greatest. I agree with you. I agree. I know. We could make it cleaner, less text. We should also not call it JSON kind of. We should just call it my type. Right? We should, instead of JSON kind of. I think we should call it my type, like that. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. Okay. Oh wait, I did that wrong. Force int. All right. M type stir. Okay, there we go. I'm cleaning stuff up. All right, so my type. And then we go my type. Okay. Now it's less terrible. It's not like it's great. Let's see. This will be a my type string. There we go. Okay. I think let's look at this. All right. So now it's a little bit better. It's just a smidgen better. 90%. You've never heard that. It's mostly to motivate you to do more. It's mostly to motivate you to do more. May I know the theme? Absolutely, Vicus. The theme is called Groovebox. It's called Groovebox. Theme equals Groovebox. I think maybe is it with a U? I think it's with a U. Let me double check. I want to make sure. Is it called Groovebox? Groovebox theme. Vim color theme. It is. Yes, it is. It is. So it's with a U. Groovebox with a U. Let me type that in for you. Let me type that in. Groovebox. There you go. I think that's it. Like that. All right, so I just typed it in a chat for you guys. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Zers, how's it going? What's your thoughts on coding with AI? Do you use it for senior? Yes. Does it slow you down? All the time. All the time. Use it all the time, all day. And so now what we're doing on stream with you guys right now is we're coding without the AI. So that way we maintain our skills. We got to maintain our skills. I just recently learned JavaScript, React, and Node.js. I've done some freelance jobs and a bit of tutorial projects. How do I know I'm ready to start applying for jobs? Start now. Start applying now and keep doing so. Continue your skills and then apply for jobs. Golang? Yeah, nice. Golang. That's a great language. Worst part of vibe coding needs programming knowledge. Yeah, you benefit a lot. There's a lot of benefit that you get from knowing what you're actually doing with vibe coding. It helps a lot, you guys. It helps. Write a linked list in C. Still my favorite question to see if someone knows how to do in programming. I did that on a whiteboard at Amazon. I did many years ago, decades ago. Hey, they're like, hey, can you write a linked list on the whiteboard? I'm like, I've never written one before, but let me try it. Because this was before LeetCode and all those other things came around. But I just kind of figured it out because it's obvious, right? It's obvious. You just need a struct with a pointer to the data and a pointer to the next element in the list. Right? Maybe is that what should we do right now? Should we try an interview question? What happened with me and Amazon back all those years when they're like, hey, we're interviewing you. And you know what they were interviewing me for? Amazon Web Services. I had no idea because they didn't even have a name for it back then. That's how old I am. That's how old I am, you guys. So old. Steven, please read my last message. Sure, I missed your message because there was a lot of chat messages. Let me see if I can find you. Respect to those who saved the world. We would never remember or know them. Oh, yeah. That's often the case, isn't it? It's often the case. Hey, my company is paying me literally $5 for a month for an internship. Doba, that sounds like a problem. It sounds like you're giving them a really good deal, actually. It's a really good deal. It's very necessary to learn data structures in all languages. I think if you just understand data structure in general, you're fine. All right, get status, get add union.c, rm union, ls, get status, get add main, get commit, added unions, party popper. There we go. Push origin main. Push origin main. Pointers, oh hell yeah, let's go. All right, pointers, yeah. Pointers are great. The AI needs you to understand a vast amount of knowledge about security, user experience, and general programming. You have to understand how this stuff works to build a production app. You sure do. Or you can build an app and it's not really production ready, but you release it anyway. You could do that too. You could totally do that, and people are doing it all the time right now. Is there even a point in learning code if LLMs get so good at the point where it's abstraction over actual code? Should I just learn about agents, orchestration? Yes, you should still, in 2026, as a software engineer, you are expected to know how to use generative coding and how to do it well. There's a lot of practices. I just wrote an article, Software Engineering 2026, right here. Oh wait, that was a live. Oh no, that was live. That was when we actually wrote the article. That was not the right one. Where is it? Let me zoom out here. Let me zoom out really quick. Where'd that at? Let me click a button. How did you crack in Microsoft? That was actually not a challenge. But that was decades ago. Where is it? Where is my post comment articles? Here we go. Articles. Here we go. So here's expected knowledge for software engineers in 2026. MCPs, agent to agent, LSP, retrieval augmented duration, embeddings, tool calling, sub-agents, skills, prompt caching, prompt skills in general, model routing, guardrails, MD files, work trees, version control, whole bunch of things. So yes, you still want to know the knowledge. Are you a follower? I have followed. Then we'll leave it at that. Okay. So glad to have you guys here. All right, so yeah, if you don't know who I am, I'm Stephen Blum, CTO of PubNub. I started a company, PubNub, many years ago. We have over 1 billion connected devices now for in-app communication, which is like chat, which is what you're doing right now. I've got 68 patents that have been granted. They've been granted, their patent claims have been granted, and I've been professional technology. Is he a C programmer? Yep, C programmer, Rust, Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, right? C#, I like those. Obviously, PHP, Ruby. We've got Golang. I've used all of them extensively in production. Also Java. Hey, Steven. How's it going, David? How's it going, David? Good to see you. Steven is not a theist anymore. He's not a theist. What do you think of the following project? I don't know. Let me know. Hi, bro. How's it going, the boss? Heart Weird. What's up? Good to see ya. Heart Weird here. Glad to have you guys here. We're doing C basics today. Okay, so the plan is, Aziz, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Welcome on in. This channel is for software engineering. We go through software we build from scratch. We're going to do a lot more AI coming up. I like AI algorithms. One of the things I want to do is I've been writing AI from scratch in Python, and I'm good at that. I want to get good at the frameworks. Pretty okay at PyTorch. Pretty okay. How do you have live captions? Well, I wrote it with my own technology for YouTube. I wrote it for YouTube, you guys. It's for YouTube. So Stephen LB Twitch subtitles. All right. It's open source right here, and it works like this. It works like this. It's open source. You can put it on your own. You can put it on your own stream if you want. And if you do things like, what do you call it? Team meetings, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meet or Zoom, you could also add these live subtitles right here. You could add them. You could add them if you wanted to. You got it. Like using Model Context Protocol servers to automate the Jira performance. Yep, you got it. Generating the code review. You got it. You absolutely could. That's what I do. Yeah, I do. And I do that a lot. I like that. I like it. You growing. Remember me? Always. I supported you. Doba, yes, definitely remember you. Thank you for being here. So happy to have you guys here. And Doba, great to see you. He wrote a bot. I think it's open source. Yes, you got it right here. Open source. And it's really easy instructions. It's really easy. So you just follow the instructions, enable the microphone, copy and paste in the code, and then add it into your browser source or browser, right? It was browser source back then when I made, because I built this 7 years ago, or almost 8 now. Almost 8 now. Steven, is subtitles open source? It is. They're open source right here on GitHub. And I post them in here to our Discord channel, or Discord server. So join in. Here's a link share. I will put this in our link share channel in Discord. There you go. Do you know the Gastown Beads project for AI agents? Looks interesting. I have not heard about it. Gastown Beads project. What is this? Software project programming by Steve Yigi. Hey, Steve's Git backed issue tracker memory system for AI coding agent. Ooh. So they use Git version control as the memory tracking system for AI coding agents. That is pretty neat. That's awesome. Yeah. Genius, you get in a sub. Hey, ATS, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, you're subscribing to the right channel for software engineering and coding. Can you give an analogy in the AI field comparing to the web dev field? Well, I don't know if they really mix together. They're kind of different, aren't they? You've got your React and JavaScript and Node and AngularJS and Vue.js, Svelte. You get all those things on the website. And then if you got some analogies, talk about frameworks. Abdullah, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. You joined the right channel for software engineering. Great to have you guys here. When are you going to do some Python? Excited to tune in on that one. All right, we will start doing some Python maybe a little bit later. This week, I do want to get back into PyTorch. I want to test every single matrix manipulation function in PyTorch and get used to it. I know how to do it myself from scratch using list comprehension, for loops and things like that, maps, reduces. I can do all that. That's fine. I want to use the native built-in versions from PyTorch. That's what I want to do. Will it take a lot of time to use Git memory system? Not that much. Not that much, actually. Adam. Hey, Adam Tome. Thank you for subscribing. This is like the most record number of subscribers we ever had all at once. Thank you guys for subscribing. It's great to have you here. You're on the right channel for software engineering. We do have a Discord channel for if you want to join over in that. I just pasted a link to the subtitles, which is right here. Those are our subtitles. Some people were asking about that. And also all of our previous projects. Yeah, I think it's written in Go and open source in GitHub. A bit complicated though. Understood. Come on, let's keep the conversation on topic. Oh, we could. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. Software engineering, you guys. Software engineering. ATSE. You study software engineer and you're on stage 2. What's your advice for you? AI is great. If you can, obviously you're definitely already doing that, right? You're doing that. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you want to build a product and release it and get users. There you go. That'll put you above 98% of everyone else on the planet. If you actually build a product and release it and get users. If you're doing that, you're already on your way. Yo, bro, hey, how's it going? 199. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. It's already Tuesday. So many subscribers, you guys. This is amazing. Software engineering is what we're doing. People don't usually have conversations with the CTO. I know, right? This is different. We're doing it different here. We're doing it different. Yeah, so I don't know if everyone, you probably already know. If you don't, I'm CTO at PubNub. It's my company. We've got over 1 billion connected devices, sort of like your phone, right? And it's a messaging technology infrastructure that is already built into apps that you've already used, and you didn't even know it. You have a TV. You definitely have a smartphone. You've definitely used my technology at that point. You've got to. And you didn't know it. It is embedded technology. We've got SDKs that developers can download and then place into their apps to enable chat-like experiences, food ordering and delivery, on-demand delivery, multi-user experiences like with Unity, a whole bunch of different things. So many different things you can do with it. And I got into software engineering and computer science due to gaming. I wanted to build games. I thought it would be really neat to build games. It's great to have you here. So we're going to continue on our way with our C basics. We're going to do that. We're going to make that happen. List comprehension is bad in PyTorch because you break the gradient unless you're careful, right? Never exactly. I want to make sure to keep the gradient or the graph, right? The graph intact. So leveraging the built-in PyTorch array manipulation functions, I want to get good at that. Steven's your Tony Stark at the moment. All right, SAQ 3000, thank you. That's like a really good compliment you just gave me. That's a good compliment. How should a beginner start if he needs to learn to use AI agents? You have to do both. You have to learn how to drive the agent, use MCPs, and you don't necessarily need to know LangChain or transformers for that. That's a separate thing. Those are separate. If you're going to build your own agent, LangChain might be part of the picture. You might want to use Anthropic Agent SDK, Gemini Agent SDK, Google's Agent SDK, or OpenAI's Agent SDK. You could use those to build your own agent. Transformer, now you're getting into the algorithms of the AI, right? Convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural networks, MLPs, SVMs, all the things you want. What motivates you to do teaching things? Like teaching interesting things, no question, but you have spent 25 years. What motivates you? Doing computer science. MD, it's good to see you. I like it. Oh, Odomile Electrical Services. What? Odomile Electrical Services. Hey, how's it going? Welcome on in. Thank you for subscribing. We are on the right channel for software engineering. How can AI help tackle these security vulnerabilities? Well, you ask the AI to go back and read the code to see if there's any security problems. Right? That's step one. And you can also ask the AI to use tools to scan for vulnerabilities, right? Like Metasploit. I'll type it in. Ask AI to use Metasploit to check for vulnerabilities. Let me get that all spell corrected here. Yeah, I've got to get that spell corrected. Ask the AI to do that for you. And I'll type that in the chat. There you go. That's how we do it. Let's bring that up back real quick. So MD, this is a lot of fun. That's what motivates me. I'm running out of the chat. So many chat messages. Isn't Metasploit exploit database? It is. It is like a tool set. You can also use Kali Linux. That comes pre-built with all those things if you want. Ask AI to use Metasploit. That's what you got to do. If software engineering are expected to get users, shouldn't we just become entrepreneurs at that point? Exactly. You have to go a step above where all the other software engineers are right now. Yeah, now you know. Now you know. For vulnerability scanning, maybe use Nmap. Nmap will scan ports. Nmap scans ports. So you could also use Nmap, right? Nmap for scanning. Nmap to scan ports. Nmap for port scanning. You can do that for port scanning. Ain't a pro yet. We got to keep going. Don't slow down. You're never done. Do you want to make me a repo with examples of the array manipulations in PyTorch? Do you want me? That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. Neva, if you do that, we will definitely we'll walk through it on stream. We'll walk through it on stream. It'll be great. It'll be great, Neva. We'll definitely do it. Yeah, I like the need to learn. You can use AI to learn faster. You can, as long as you're ingesting it properly, right? You got to be typing it out. If you're asking the AI to do the work for you, it's a little hard to remember. And learn the AI to redo things at that point hardwired. You're right. It is good. So I'm actually using, Gemini here on the stream to help us sort of move. However, I'm taking the words and then I'm typing them out. So I'm using my memory. You got to exercise the brain. Are you investing in startups? I am. I've invested in 30 plus startups. I have a lot of startups. Nmap is a funny name. It sounds like Mimmap. It does. Yeah, it does. I've got a lot of startups. I've got a lot. Big time tech investor. Okay, so where should we go next? Let's do a static var. I think that one's easy. Let's do static var and we'll do macros next. We'll do static var because we're trying to keep the basics here, right? We're trying to keep the basics. So just some good projects related to AI agents, not the boring automation, something real world use case for a resume. Do something with computer vision. Have the agent look at photos and have it be computer vision related. That is practical. So like, is my door open or closed? Right? Something practical. I mean, I know it's straightforward and it's easy and but you know what? That's a good one. That's just my recommendation. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Alwasani. If I say your name there right. You joined the right channel for software engineering. It's great to have you here. We are doing C basics today. We do a lot of things on this channel. Today we're doing C basics and we're going to do a static var next. I think that sounds like a good idea. We'll do some static var. Xvi static var.c. Nope. Let's see here. Let's bring that back up to the top real quick. Oh, where to go? Okay. I've got a better idea. We will bump into this here. Copy some common Saturn things. Grab this libs. Int main. Return 0. Okay. Let's do a static. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Copilot. Got to turn off Copilot. You saw an autocomplete there. What kind of AI you making? Jambuster. Hey, Jambuster. It's been a while. How's it going? Jambuster. Whoa. Okay, so Jambuster, we will be making some varieties of AIs. I don't know what's going to be the next one. We will make something new, though. We've done some algorithmic trading in the past with an AI, which is a lot of fun. We might do that as well. That's actually really good. Have you heard of Kalshi? I want to use Kalshi APIs and ingest that into an AI model and see if we can get some advantage. Do you think hiring trends will improve? Yes, they will. They will improve because, let's see, Copilot, disable, thick, int, thing, data. Hold on. I thought I heard an alarm. I don't hear the alarm. There's so many chat messages. I'm missing your chat messages, you guys. Let's see. This we'll call increment. We'll set it to 0. Equals 0. And how do we leverage this? Now we've got a static variable. This basically means that data within the scope, as far as I can tell, will remain. It'll remain whatever value we set it to. Increment ++. I believe there. Stay blessed. Thank you. Creepy music, is it? We'll make it less creepy. There you go. Creepy music fixed. There we go. AI humanization, anti-slop text to text is also a good project then. Ooh, there you go. With a big market. Marketers and students need this. Got it. You use AI to battle AI. AI humanization and to defeat. So yeah, if you create an AI that can write undetectable AI text, you're in the future. Now you're in the future. You just started learning Python, amazed at the superpowers that let you guys write code that work. Isn't it neat? Hey, Lerp Official. Lerp Official, how's it going? Are you Lerp Official YouTube? Hey, it's good to see you. I just heard my calendar. 1 second. I gotta check my calendar, you guys, because I do gotta get going here pretty soon. We do have some time. We do have some time left. It's great to have you guys here. Just slop detection would be better. Yeah, so if you detected a slop, then you could rewrite the part that was detected until the detector can no longer detect the slop. And you're good to go. When did you start building PubNub? Let's say around 2012-ish. Let's just say around 2012. Let's say around 2012. Many years now, hasn't it? It's been many years. SAQ 3000, thank you, Sia. Thanks for the live. Glad to have you here. Enjoy the rest of your... Hey, Interzing, better put static var in function and try something with it. Yes. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so let's do this. Void, do something with an E. All right. Yes. Okay, this is better. Hey, now we're in it, right? Okay. There we go. There we go. So we could do something. Wait, actually what we should do is return. We should return this. Return increment. There we go. There we go. Now we're making it happen. Hey, TN, thank you for subscribing. We're working on the C basics right now. We're working on C basics. And we're doing static now. We're showing you what static is. Thank you, Interzing. Yeah, getting those hints going. Curl would be very happy if you could make a slop detector. That is very good. It would, yeah, Curl would, wouldn't it? Right? Never, because they keep getting all these submissions about vulnerabilities that aren't real. All these vulnerabilities that aren't real. I remember hearing about that. That's fun. Do something. Let's see. We'll say int current equals 0. We'll set that. We'll say current. There we go. Hey, Rin. Hey, Rin. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. This channel that you... Wait, let's spell current correctly. Current, like that. Okay. This channel is about software engineering. Right now we're doing C basics. And we're covering a lot on our list here. The main file gives us... We did function pointers, strings, passing data by reference, structs, type defs, unions, and enumerations. And now we are currently on static variables. Do you think LLMs might plateau and companies might start focusing on tools calling and such? Tool calling? Yes. So we're already at the point where the AIs are good enough to automate the majority of enterprise software that exists today in the world. A whole bunch of work is going to be needed. Your help is going to be required. We're going to see a renaissance in a new frenzy of hiring that is going to start here. 2026 probably. It needs to. If we're going to hit the 2028 singularity, we need your help now. So I'm going to start thinking that we're going to see a renaissance in hiring. And function calling, tool calling, you got it, Alub. You got it. As AI image and video generated getting better significantly, how can technology help filter the fake from real? Good news. Peace, good news. The generated output from images and videos have a very strong signature that is easily detected. It's easily detected. We've got AI systems and algorithms that can spot AI-generated content perfectly at this point. Humans are having a hard time telling, for sure. So what we're going to see is probably, maybe, I don't know, probably not. What in a good world, like a utopia, the AI would be annotated when you're scrolling through on your phone, seeing all the videos. You might see a AI-generated insignia on there. You might see that because we could detect it really easily. Do something is interesting because it is not thread safe. It is not thread safe. You're right. Not thread safe. Interesting. See, not thread safe. Right? Because we're doing something that's mutating data. Right? It's mutating data. Not thread safe. Be warned. I never use static. I don't do this. I don't do this because I think it is it's just a problem. I think it's a problem. I'd rather keep track of this data somewhere else, like a heap struct or something. So PubNub WebSocket Tech, or what do you mean? Yes, exactly. Hardwired, exactly. You know it. You know it. You figured it out. Oh no, currency nightmares. Wait, what about concurrency? Yes, exactly. Concurrency nightmares. You gotta be careful. I like not doing concurrency unsafe things, so. Helping folk real. Static const is much better for this reason. Oh. Wait. Why? Oh, I suppose that if you wouldn't you just have a const? Like, why would it be static const? What does that help with? Because a const is a const and it can't be mutated and it's only assigned once. And static means, why would you use static const? Like, it seems weird. Or using a thread local. Yeah, Google Images have this synth ID watermark, so you can just check if it's AI. Most watermarks feats, most. You a girl, boy, Justin. Hey, how's it going, Justin? Welcome on in. All right, so let's get this running here. All right, so current printf, go there, %s d, and we'll say current. And then this is neat. This is neat. We'll call this as a. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. I like that better. Let's try that. All right, that should give us. Oh, let's see. What do we call this? Static. .c. Oh, we got to do static over here as well. Static. Okay. All right. Build. Good. All right. And dot / static. 1. Perfect. And we can repeat this, and it should be a bunch of numbers. All right. Let's put \n instead. I think \n would be a little bit better here. There we go. Looking a little bit better. A little bit better. Static const means you don't export the symbol, so you're not polluting global namespace. Oh. Never thank you. You made my life better just now. I like it. Never. I appreciate it. Okay. That is remarkably valuable. That is remarkably valuable. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm currently doing my database systems final project. Kind of annoying. Been debugging it for 5 hours now. Soki, that is a tough situation, Soki. Yo, what? Watching someone do this is wild. I tired it. You tried it, but like a foreign language to you. Grateful pigeon. Grateful pigeon. It's great to have you here. We're making it happen. We're making it happen. So this is neat. So this is what a static variable is going to do. It's going to keep this data in memory in the scope, and it is not going to pollute. So it won't pollute the global namespace, and the data is accessible via a function. So in a way, you are polluting the global namespace because you need a function to be able to access the static variable. So, I know what you're saying, Steven. You still have to. I know. I got you. You know. So yeah, global static const is actually useful. Local static, much less useful. Yeah, there you go. What are we working on right now? Hey, Brady. Brady Dev. We are building C basics. So we're going over check this out right here. So we're going through C basics just to refresh, just a refresher. So if you've done C in the past or you've never done C, you'll find that we are learning new things along the way. And at the same time, we're refreshing the things that we forgot we already knew. Try accessing it from main. Can you access an increment from main right here? I don't think that'll work. Will it? Will that work? I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's try it. There we go. So we've already done function pointers, strings, passing data by reference, structures, type defs, unions, enumerations. And now we're doing static var. That's what we're currently on. We're in static var right now. Error. Trying accessing it from main. Yep, it won't work, obviously. Right? Static variables are a gift from heaven. They are pretty neat. I think they're pretty neat. I like that. I'm okay with them now, although I still would want to write code that doesn't have mutations and keep everything simple and clean. I don't know what programming is about, isn't it? Wait, you don't know? You don't know? That's what programming is about. That's what it is. Hey, thank you for asking, though. Hey, you love Python, Soki? I love Python, too, for data science because the libraries. Yeah, the libraries. Some professors use Java, though. Oh, for state machines? Oh, Java. Java is a language. I call it an academic language because you use it when you're studying computer science. In the real world, now, especially today, you don't need Java anymore. If you want to use the JVM, though, it's fine. You use something like Kotlin. What are you making? Hey, Soman, good to have you here. And Abhishek, thank you for saying hi. Good to see you. We are building C basics. We're going through a variety of C basics. We got functions, strings, structs, typedefs, unions, enumerations, and we're doing static variables right now. So that won't work there. This will, though. All right, isn't that neat? I think that's pretty neat. Versus something else. Let's do this without a static. Here, something else. All right, let's do that. We won't do a static though this time. And then we'll return. We'll do this. Also, I'd rather do this, so keep it on one line. So this will always return 1. So check this out. This will be neat. So do something _else. Java is good for learning because it's strongly typed. Hey, there you go. Strong data typing. Hey there, Judah. Good to see you, Judah. What happened if we write 2 different functions and each function has the same named static variable? It'll actually be fine. It's fine because it's closed scope. So watch this. I'll show you it's fine. So increment, we'll call this other, and we'll just keep this here. Watch. There you go. Ready? All right. Does nothing. Well, sort of. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't matter. It allocates memory, though. Other. Here we go. Other. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do something else as well, and we'll do something else like this. Here we go. So we'll do 5 something else's. Watch this. So what we should see on the screen, if my math is correct, we should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm pretty sure. Stephen, good morning. How's it going? How's it going there? Coming. Good to see you. I'm sorry for the question. How old are you? I'm over 40, Zoggy. If you've heard of the Primogen, I'm older than the Primogen. Just by a smidge. Looking back, what do you think the secret sauce that got you ahead of PubNub's competitors early on? We are number 1 in the industry for global communication, built-in app communication. We were near the beginning. That's helpful, right? We were at the start of needing that technology. Mobile phones just came out and they did not have push notifications. You needed a way to communicate between the devices. I built that technology and started selling it. And we implemented marketing strategies. Check this out. Here's a really good marketing strategy. It's called OPA, other people's audiences. You look at the different communities, programming languages. Let's say JavaScript, for example. Node Package Manager, NPM. You can create a dedicated package that focuses an SDK with all your business's capabilities baked in, and then you release it open source on NPM. You do the same for all the other package management systems out there. You know, comprehensive Perl archive, CPAN, right? You could do that for PHP. You could do it for Laravel. Now we get into React. Now you get to other projects and frameworks, and you start adding in your business's capabilities into those communities. There we go. You look good for 40, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't remember. Can you access closed scope function variables with no, not in C. That won't work. I'm very sure, Soki. I feel very certain about it. So bad for cache unless you have a lot of RAM. You got to have a lot of RAM. We have terabytes. We have terabytes of RAM. Static const are also in there common. Const char anywhere. Much better for cache. Ooh, nice. Joseph. Hey, how's it going, Joseph? Joseph Keck Woob Joel. Good to have you here. Wow, really nice answer. Thank you. Heartwired. Absolutely. Well, thank you. Is push notification using PubNub somehow? Maybe FCM, APN, or other? They are using a variant on our technology built into usually distributor like Apple. They've got their own network for that. We integrate into their network essentially. So you can use our technology or APIs to then send data via the push channel. You can do that with PubNub as well. So we've got push notifications, and they're not very fast. They're okay. My technology gets you the data before you can blink. So that's why I've got 68 patent claims that have been granted, right? I've got 68 patent claims, and they're public. You can see them. They're real. Not for pretend. Harshit, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. We got the channel here, the right channel for software engineering, computer science. I'm Stephen Blum, CTO at PubNub. Started the company many years ago now. We've got over 1 billion devices on the network, and we've got a lot of patents. Then PubNub is the premier, world's largest, what do we call it? We call it something here. The market-leading platform for real-time interactive apps, right? That's what the marketing says. First time here, and I'm absolutely loving this stream. I love how interactive you are with your viewers. Nice. Walking through the code. Absolutely, Aaron. Walking through the code. That's why we're here. I'm actually really excited to run this. I have got an idea. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen when we run this. So glad to have you here, Aaron. It's great. What are your thoughts on Java framework like Spring Boot or Quarks compared to Node, Express, or Django? Use Node or Python Django. Python Django or Node Express. Obviously, Express is just the web server level. It's not like Django. Express is not like Django. It's different. Express is going to give you just the routes, REST verbs. So building a REST API, right? That's what that is. Django is an ORM, all inclusive, allowing you to build directly integrating into a database. So you don't necessarily have to write the SQL statements. It comes pre-built in with common ORM capabilities, object relational model. It abstracts your interaction with the database for security purposes and to make things clean and simple. You can do that. What thoughts? So that's my thoughts. Java is fine. I think it's mostly an academic language. This code needs a little bit NIM. Hey, Michael, hey, how's it going? You always got to bring in the NIM. NIM is great. NIM is a programming language like Python. It is compiled and it runs fast, a lot faster. How did you handle flaky mobile networks and WebSockets back in the days? That is the hard part. 90% of our code is written. Hey, Matthew Waltz, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. All right, so you had the right question, Heartwired. How do we deal with flaky internet? Which we still do. We still have to build that. 90% of our code, obviously, we're writing our code in C here, is built for durability on the network. We have specific moments in code in the execution path where we ensure durability, message guarantees, connectivity. Did it break? Did something else break? Do we need to redeliver? Do we need to do a retry? A whole bunch of extra code specific to fault scenarios, right? You got fault tolerance, the ability to ensure reliability. That's the hard part. And it's really just a whole bunch of if statements. I mean, kind of, right? If failure, then do recovery. If failure in this case, then do recovery like this. And there are thousands of those scenarios. Thousands. Hey, far less than a few. Hey, far less than a few. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Happy you're here. We're making our way with C basics today. And I'm really excited to try this. All right, so we've got two functions, do something and do something else. Each function has variables defined, and one function we're incrementing a non-static variable, and the other we're incrementing a static variable. In this case, we're going to invoke each of them 5 times. We should see the output on screen should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's what we should do. Do you use Google's anti-gravity? The new IDE that is a code generator. I've not used it. I think I should try it out, though. I feel like I need to try it out. I use terminal base. I use Codex, Claude, Gemini in the terminal on Tmux. So you can see my terminal window here. My terminal window it is my go-to IDE. It's my go-to IDE. Python, JavaScript, and even Java makes failure much more easy to ignore, which is very bad for resilience. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to all the possible failure scenarios and cover those cases. And that is where my technology has been battle hardened over a decade. Battle hardened over a decade, you guys. Can you explain a bit about C function pointers? I don't get it until now. Sure. We'll go over that. All right, let's run this real quick. Hey, it worked it. There we go. Check that out. Hey, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Told you. All right, so that demonstrates static variables. I think we did a pretty good job demonstrating static variables. Let's see. Okay. Far less than a few. We'll walk through function pointers here. Let's do that. Get status real quick. Get add main static. Get commit. Wait 1 second. Before we do that, let's say we succeeded at doing static variables. Get commit. Added static example. There we go. And push to the main. And the Git repository, if you guys want, that is in our Discord channel right here under the shared links. You just click this link right here in Discord, and then you get all the examples that we're doing here. And hey, look, here's the one that we just did. We pushed it. Soliman, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. You're in the right channel for software engineering. We do coding from scratch, live coding. See NASA's coding standards. Hey, NASA has very strict standards that are very good. Nice, very nice. One of the reasons people like C is for safety critical software is the no acceptation thing. NASA has. Yep, NASA standards. You got it. Sorry for asking so many questions. It's interesting. When privacy rules hits, do you have to rethink how real-time data flows in the network? Yes, we do, and we did. We have all the privacy things that you want to have privacy for. Let's see. We do have that. Do we have... Where is that? Security and compliance. Here you go. We've got our own data security and compliance here for every possible security and compliance things that's necessary. Where is... We've got it. What is it called? A place for that. I guess trust. Here we go. Trust Center. Here's our Trust Center. So you can see all of our compliances, SOC, SOC 2, SOC 3, HIPAA, data privacy, and more. It goes beyond. It complies with the EU laws for data residency. Data at rest needs to reside in those countries for countries that require it, for businesses that require it. And we support it. Python easier than PostgreSQL. A little bit. Hey, confused engineer, thank you for subscribing. Hopefully we can unconfuse you. Maybe we can make you a little bit less confused. We are getting to the function pointers here in a bit. Just one moment. Let me see if I can get through all the chats here. My go-to conductor and Claude Code at the moment. Nice. Me too. I like that. That's great. Claude Code was easier in me. Learned the earlier. SQL should be often easier. SQL is great. I love it. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the actions. By function pointers. All right. We're opening function pointers now, guys. We'll walk through it. We'll walk through the function pointers. I'm a beginner in C, so I have seen potential here. Will you subscribe? We'll subscribe to your channel. Nice. Scientist123, thank you for subscribing. You should check out tossing. Oh, and James. All right, James as well. It's like the biggest subscribe day ever. Hey, everyone. Thank you for subscribing. I was like unexpected. It's great to have you all here. It feels like we're back on track. It's great to have all the subscribers. I tried making audio processing software, but pull me straight into C++. Mostly working with C#. Hey, C#'s great. C#'s great. Less than a few. Hey, you're welcome. All right, let's do this. All right, so we got function pointers. Now we're doing function pointers. All right. So it's kind of a way for you to allow a developer. You can create a development interface that allows a developer to pass a function into a function as a parameter. This is very valuable. Often in 12-factor, it's a design principles for creating resilient code and applications, microservices, those sorts of things. You never want to export data in any way when you're building sort of a library framework. You want to give full control to an end user to be able to take advantage of how that works. Often for telemetry and tracking and observability in 12-factor, you need this. especially in C, you're able to collect data that would normally be sent as an output to standard output into data parameters that can be passed as a function, which allows you to log. So like, see how we have one here? We should say log to disk, something like that. My custom log function. So let's do that, log to disk. We'll change that. We will change that over here. There you go, log. Perfect. Do something and then capture the data, pass through, which you can then capture it later if you want. And then you can say, right, to do log to disk, right there, like that. There you go. There you go. So that's what that's for. And you do it like this. It's very straightforward. You name your variable whatever it is, right? And you can just execute whatever. And that's the name of the variable here. However, the actual name of the function, we pass here, and you can see it's called log to disk. Function pointers, a really great way to do things. Also, it's really valuable when you're doing cooperative multitasking for asynchronous programming, which is how I built my technology, how I built PubNub. It's written in C, fully asynchronous, cooperative multitasking gives you the advantage of the fastest possible utilization of all the resources that you lease from vendors like Amazon. When you're buying or leasing compute from AWS, you want to be able to take advantage of all that compute you rent. Otherwise, you're going to just waste a bunch of money. You're going to waste a bunch of money. And so that's what I did. I built it. I built it using ePOL and as the interrupt for the networking IO and callbacks to be able to take advantage of those. So that way I was able to build a messaging infrastructure for the entire internet that works at web scale, essentially, where you've got billions of connected devices. And it worked. And it still works. And we're the biggest. So that is why function pointers are really useful. I hope that was useful to you guys. I hope you liked it. Bet coding C# is much nicer than C++. So, C# is great. I really like C#. It's like a step up. It's a step up. Hey, your Mama G, C++ code is just full of function introduced over the years, which make it more like Python. That's why C# is nicer. It seems nicer. They've taken all of the previously built functions. Right? Hey, Blake Emerton. Thank you for subscribing, Blake Emerton. Welcome on in. You've joined the right channel for software engineering. We write code from scratch here. We do that without the help of AI. And a little bit of help, though. Mostly we're typing everything by hand. We won't even use Copilot for completing the code. You like C#? I like C# too. You don't like Visual Studio, though. And all the the DLLs and all the dependencies, and you have to manage those yourself. And you're like, let me add this DLL. So you have to click a bunch of buttons and then have it like edit like this XML file or something, or a POM file. In 2026, we finally got standard print line for C++. It took us decades. Wait, are you serious? Print line? Are you serious? That is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. Hey, one moment, you guys. I do hear the alarm going off, so I do have to go fetch that alarm really quick. I'll be right back. Give me a moment. BRB. All right, thank you for waiting, everyone. We had to click a button there. Timer went off. For food, thank you. Tried using C# in your project soon? If it exists, that sounds good to me. You have so much more prints than you need. No. Yeah, you're right. We don't need that many prints. You don't need that many. There's so many, though. There's so many. Okay, I hope that explanation of function pointers was really useful. It is remarkably valuable. I've used it many times over the years. It is just a really great pattern, and I love it. I love it. So we should be able to build this. Let's build this really quick. So what is this called again? This is going to be the function pointers file, clang, function pointers.c-o. We'll just say function pointers. Build it, and then we'll say /function pointers. There you go. And it executed the code as needed. And then you would be able to log disk, or you could also say statsd. Hold on a sec. Copilot disable. Copilot disable. Boom. All right. To do log to stats D, right? You can do that. Or save to local var for Prometheus, EOUS, for later to be scraped, right? So you could do that as well. And then now you've checked stats, you're logging a disk, you're doing your own way. So you can pass in all you want. Now, this will probably be like a string and not a number or something like that, right? Probably. Function pointers with structs are the ultimate OOP implementation in C. There you go. Your mama, you got it. You got it. Ultimate. I love it. So structs, fantastic. You got your function. Yep. Because then in your struct, you can also have a function pointer, which allows you to execute code on that function pointer within the struct. Whoa! And now you've got OOP. You've got legit object-oriented programming in a language that was never built for it. Isn't that neat? Hey, now you're thinking, why can't you build social networking app or service using PubNub where you end user can use your service? Well, a lot of people have. This has already been a thing, and it exists today. Bro, you're hooked at my ear until the end of string. Nice. SAQ 2000, you're back. All right. Yeah, we're getting through it. So I think we have time for one more. We'll have one more before we got to get going. We do got to get going. We got time for one more C basic. Let's see if we can do one more C basic. Get status. Let's clean up real quick. Get add function.c and main.c. rm function and static var. Let's double check. All right, let's get going here. Bloop that over there. 1 second. Looking at things. Okay. And then we click go. There we go. All right. Status looks good. Git commit updated function pointers. Okay. All right. So what's the next thing we're going to do? Macros, header files. I think a header file would be a little bit... We could do a macro. All right. This will be the last thing we do today. We'll do a macro. We'll do a macro as our last thing for today. All right. So C macro example. All right. Let me get this going here. All right. So we should do a macro. Let's see if we can get a macro going. So we basically, I don't know why you'd want to do this. It's pre-processor stuff, so it can be valuable, right? So macro, from my understanding, is all pre-processed at compile time. Steven, check this out. Found Google this i3 pcom shadow. Don't you want that in your Linux? What is that? I don't know what that is. Far less. Too bad I started learning Java, the first language. Hey, it's okay. You struggled through the Java, and now you can go and yes, it's Voodoo, and it's hard to work with. Sometimes I have to substitute with Kotlin. Yay, there you go. You're doing it the right way. You're using Kotlin. That's if you need to be in JVM world, hey, just use Kotlin. Just use Kotlin. That's the way to do it, I think. You guys. Why don't C# developers trust macros? Because they can't handle the expansions. Here you go. All right. Yep. So what is the value of macros? I think the value of macros is you can write functions or constants and things like that allow you to pre-process. Steven Google it. All right, we'll check it out. So it is called, what do you call it? I'm opening a window here. i3 pcom shadow. What is this? All right, what do we got here? What do we got going on over here? Oh, it's moving the window all over the place. Okay. pcom with i3 for window shadows. Configure pcom to run as a background process and then customize settings. What is this? What is I don't even know what this is. Shadows for Windows types. Is it to update your user interface to allow for window transparency and shadows? Is unfunny.joke? Unfunny joke.gif. I like that. So yeah, we looked it up. Is there some macro trick to get Python style keyword args with 0 defaults in any C versions? Is there? I don't know. I don't use macros that often. Even in C89. Even in C99. I don't know. Allows you to open applications and show shadows. Makes it look fancy. Oh. Let's look at an image. Oh, pretty. Okay. So you can do things like this. Right here. Okay. Nice. What more we know? Still live. Hey, Savant, how's it going? Still live. Yeah. We're doing one last C basic, and then we're headed out. Hey, yeah. There we go. So, yep, that nice. Very nice. All right. Neat. The more we know. Okay, so we're going to do macro now. We'll do a macro. All right, so vi macro.c. Let's open up, get our headers in here. Our standard headers. So we got those going. In main. Return 0. Let's turn off Copilot disable. I should make that the default, really, is what I should do. I should make that the default. Grinder chat GPR to find that. Well, so is that what you're saying? You had to use chat GPT for it? Like you macro over a function. Yes, function args, arg123. Yeah, so I think we have to use the define. I don't often do this. Define. So let's see. We'll do this. Define a macro function. I've only used it a few times in the past and never went back to it. I rarely have to do a macro. I feel like you can just keep things simple and you don't need to go super advanced with it. C# is garbage collected. Yep. And the audio processing requires absolutely no hiccups. Even something like a simple filter plugin. Far less. That sounds like a tough situation. You love macros over Rust macros over anything. Rust macros. There you go. Yeah, there you go. A function pointer walks into a bar and no one calls back. That's funny. I see what you did there, Heartwired. Okay, I stopped. All right. Vim or invim? Vim. So I use regular Vim. Or Vim improved, right? Using Vim improved. Vim improved, you guys. I like Vim improved. Okay. So define. Let's do like add. We'll do like an add. We do x plus x. Wait. Let's do this. A comma b. So we'll add 2 numbers. A comma b. There we go. I think that's it, right? Will that work? Is that it? I don't know if this will work or not. We'll have to try it out. And then we'll see it. We'll see it. No. C macros are better than Rust macros. Oh, gotcha. Okay. You get a lot more option in C. There you go. Okay, Neva, thank you. Thank you for teaching us about this. I've personally not really needed to use macros at all. They are neat though, and we're gonna see. We're gonna use them now. How do you set up your Vim for C? It's standard. It's automatic, right? Vim comes with syntax highlighting, and C is a very common language, and it comes pre-built in. Although, if you're interested, here's my Vim RC. So here's my Vim RC. We've got a copy command, so that way I can copy the clipboard. We're using Groovebox, color scheme, syntax highlighting enabled, search highlighting enabled, indentation, and then a few other things. That's it. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, you guys. You deal with an Excel macro and VBA. Virtual Basic. Oh, a lot of them. I remember Virtual Basic. That's why you want to learn C. So I want to learn C++. There's no good audio DSP framework out there. Only Juice is your best choice. I would manually manipulate the floating point numbers in the audio files is what I would do. I didn't even know about frameworks. You wrap both A and B in parentheses as well, so they work if an expression. Okay, so do I have to do We'll find out. We'll find out. Clang macro. Out. Second here. Dash O. It built. Macro. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? That seems to have worked. That seems to work right there. I can switch on my PC. Alexi sounds good to me. Why not? Both are inverted in the 70s. Oh, invented. Sorry, invented. Yeah, the invented. So an example, you can make a macro for appending to a dynamic array, and it would work for any style of array. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's very nice. Very nice. Now it sounds, bro, I'm so lost. Hey, Nestor, don't worry. Nestor, don't worry. We'll see. We'll see if it becomes. We'll see if it makes sense. So we'll say int data. Let's a number. Let's do a basic number. Number equals add 1, 2. I think that's how that would work. So we define a macro. It's like a function, but not really. Let's see if that works. All right. And it runs. Okay, let's print it out. Print f percent digit \n. Okay, run. Oh, well, build and run. Okay, let's see if that works. Let's see if it works. Okay, you didn't actually invoke the macro. It would work because it's not being used. Is that the case? Percent d. Oh, whoops. Number. There we go. It sure did. It sure did. You didn't know. It's working right there. See ya. Did you know? Did you know you could do it like that? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. Basically, what we've done is we've defined a function, which is a macro, in a macro, and it lets you do liftoff, right? Liftoff, right? Isn't that crazy? Now use add 4% to and see an error. Oh, so we're gonna mod. You want to mod it. So for mod 2. All right. So for, what is for mod 2 anyways? Hold on a second. Before I do that, for mod 2 should be 2. What is that? 0. Oh, it's 0. Okay. That should be fine. You should be able to do 0, right? 0 should work. Let's try that. 0, 0. Looks good. Okay. All right. For mod 2. Like you said, for mod 2. Okay. Seemed perfectly fine to me. It now add for mod 2, comma 1. Oh, wait, let's do a comma 1 because he said comma 1. Okay. 0. Wait, 1 second. Let's print 1. Hold on. There we go. 1. Yes. So 0 plus 1 is 1. What do you know? Isn't that... See an error? Nope. I see happiness. I see map. Oh, another nice macro is fprintf into stdr. Something like define log error. Ooh, nice. That's good. That is very good. Can you use the triple dots? How do you... Is triple dots... is that... Can it work? Maybe a bad example? Oh, no worries. If you come up with another one that will break it, let's try it out. Let's try it out. So this is a simple macro. All right, we'll do simple macro. Here's what I'll do is... Numeric operations take precedence, so macro just works after. Ah, nice, Savon. There you go. How do you decide when macro is clever versus when it becomes a maintenance hazard? Good question. I would say just use a function. Although, if you're doing stuff like this, and right, so you're doing this line here, and also this line here, right? 0, like that. Those two lines that you see highlighted on screen, they are done at compile time. They're not done during runtime. So this is going to give you a better performance. Ellipsis operator. What is that? What is that? What is an ellipsis operator? Numeric types. Yep. Okay. Ellipsis. Best way to learn Vim. Best way to learn Vim. Are you ready? Try this. So you've got Vim installed. So you type Vim tutor into your keyboard, and then you get all the instructions to do Vim. You get everything right here. It's built in. Did you know? Vim tutor. The 3 dots exactly. That works. It's either var args. Usually more complex with, got it, exactly. In Python, it's called ellipsis. Oh, the 3 dots, right. Thank you, the 3 dots. I forgot about that. I forgot, thank you. Thank you, Savan. Thank you for the reminder. I got it. And it's called ellipsis when you're writing documents as well. The 3 dots is an ellipsis. I see. Heartwired? Nice. How to access Vim? You can do Shift ZZ, right? So you can do Shift ZZ, or you can do :Q, right? I use :Q. For weak, just :Q. :Q, there you go. Add bit shift, but you'll get 32. Bit shifting. Okay, we'll try it. Are you ready? I don't know if you can bit shift straight up. Hold on. Before we do some bit shifting, I want to try out a few things. We'll try it here. So, .2. And we'll do 3. Let's try that. Nope, not Ventura. Whoops. Yeah, sorry about that. Exit. Get out of there. Exit. Escape. All right, let's get that going. CLang 148. So we can bit shift. That looks fine. All right. So we'll do the same thing in the macro. So we'll say 1.2, comma 1. So that should add. Then we'll do this. We'll do the same thing here. 2 plus 1. And I don't know if this is the right precedent or not, so I'll use a parenthesis. So we should see this should be equal to this. Let's try that out. Oh, you're right. It did break. It didn't like it. Now it's fine, though. Yep, you're right. You were right. It was unhappy about that. It needed some extra stuff there. What if we did this? Is that going to make it better? Does that make it different, better? Does it allow us to get rid of these guys? No, it doesn't. Okay. So yeah, you're right. So if we're doing something like this, then you need extra parentheses. Then I need extra parentheses. All right, something about concatenation. What happens if we pass string to the macro function? Will it do string concatenation? Peace. It will not. It'll just add whatever the data is in the string. It'll do some weird coercion stuff. Use WQ to save and exit. Yep. Try now. My life won't save. I know, right? Started. Never tried Vim. Vim is great. Vim is great. Something about vector calculations. Sorry, I started with linear algebra. Do I need vector calculations? Sort of. Mostly not really. I mean, kind of. You do need to be able to do matrix multiplications and manipulations and addition, matrix adds, matrix subtracts. So different things like that. Oh, Neva, you've got it. Okay, so you've got a whole bunch of parentheses. All right, so A comma B like that. Let's see if that'll work. A comma B. So a bunch of parentheses like that. All right, so we've got, how many parentheses we got there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then ends in 2? Wait. Like this? I feel like that's enough parentheses, right? Let's try that. All right, let's get rid of these. Will it work better now? It does. Hey, Neva. Oh, because of got it. Around the variable directly allows you to encompass this because you're putting that directly there. That makes sense. Okay. So this gets put here, right? Those two, that's what that looks like right there. That's what that looks like. Nice. Hey, we're learning together, you guys. You need to wrap A and B individually. You got it. You got it. Thank you. That's it right there. And we need that because of this, right? Because they're between the two. That is amazing. Hey, we're learning things, you guys. We're learning. All right. Hey, looks great. It looks great. As far as you know, it will work. And it did. It worked. It worked. Not sure if I should learn C or Rust or something else. Learn both. Python, JavaScript, C#. You want to go a bit more now. Low level. Heartwired. Rust is great. You're going to get the performance and capabilities of these other languages. Rust is more advanced. There's more to it. Be careful. It took me a while, although it might be easy for you. Some people find it really easy. I struggled with Rust. I'm good at it now. I'm okay with Rust now. Okay, now learn Rust. Yeah, exactly. Rust is the way to go. Yes, that's the proper amount of parens. Another foot gun is if appears twice, but you pass in a plus plus because that would increment it twice. It would, danger zone. Yeah, I guess we got to be careful, right? Can we do, what if we do that? Can we do that? What if we do this? What if we do, this should work, right? Probably. No, it doesn't like that. Okay. Just kidding. Wait. That, okay. Nope, doesn't like that. Okay. Because it's not, there we go. Okay. Somewhat reminiscent of regex. Yeah, it is. Regular expressions. I love. We should do. That's a good idea. We should do a regular expression stream. All right, we'll do future stream idea on our Discord here. Future stream idea. Regular expressions. Regex. There we go. Nice, Savon. Thank you. Let's see. Idea from Savon. All right. Nice, Savon. Thank you. Like define defer x result equals x go to end, and that does some weird things. You're joking? Wait. Okay, now learn Rust. Oh, we already got Rust. We already did Rust. We know Rust. Definitely, it is a great language to learn though. Also, a fun thing you can do is make defer macro with go-tos. I've never done that. I don't even know what that does. What does even that do? What OS are you using? Darwin. Uname. There you go, Darwin. Darwin on the screen, you guys. Thanks for asking for less than a few. Heartwired, yeah, I was thinking about building something with Towery. Hey, Towery! And Rust, Towery is great. If you're building a desktop app or even a mobile app, it's supported. It is very fast, powerful, efficient, and good resource efficiency. Yes, please add some distributed HPC programming. Also, in another stream, obviously. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yep. Nice. Very nice. All right, everyone. Let me get all this committed to the Git project here. So we did a fun little macro here. Define a macro function. And then we use macro function. There we go. Very easy. No, this is like simple. Obviously, it can get more advanced from here. Let's open up our main. Main file. We did macros. We did simple macros. Okay. And so in the future, upcoming, we'll try a few of these others. So this will be the plan for tomorrow. If you guys want to be back tomorrow, we'll be doing some more C basics. Steven, it would be return the result, but first run all the cleanup you put in the end. So if you need to free some memory, it's easier that way. So it's okay, gotcha. So if you've allocated some memory and then you're running the macro, it provides an easier mechanism or some way. Although I kind of get what you're saying. I don't fully get it. I kind of get it. I don't kind of get it. You're psyched by the magics of distributed development. BitTorrent, for example. Hey, yeah, that's a good one. Good night, Prince SE3000. Good night. Yep, we're headed out now. Hey, Far Less Than Nuns, good to see you. On GitHub. Yep, we're on GitHub. All this is on GitHub. Let me push this over here. Git status, git add macro, and main. Okay, git commit. Added macro example. And then we do a party popper. And they say push main. It's live on main. Good night, Heartwired. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. Had a lot of fun today. We went through a lot of C basics. We covered quite a bit. We covered quite a bit. What did we do? We did unions, enumeration, static variables, macros, and a little bit more type defs and structs. We even recovered some of the function pointers. So it was a good stream. We did good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good night. It was good to see you. We'll be back tomorrow with more C basics. Additionally, future streams later this week as well. We will get back to Python and PyTorch. I do want to get on to adding and checking out all the array matrix multiplications, all the manipulations of the arrays with PyTorch native built-in functions. Obviously, we could do our own. We've been already doing that. We're going to do PyTorch as well. So tomorrow, C basics again, and then later in the week, we'll get back onto PyTorch. Good to see you, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys. I'll join your Discord for more guidance. Sounds good. Far less than none. Yep, we're here over here on Discord. Right here. It's also in our, what do you call it? The, it's in our profile if you want to click the link. And if you want, here, I'll also paste it to you guys real quick before I head out. Here's the copy button. I will paste it over here to chat. Thank you for the hearts and likes and reactions, you guys. I see all those floaty heart icons. I'll paste this for you guys over here. Thank you again. Well, there's a lot of little floaty heart icons I can see right here. Thank you for the reactions, you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Good to see ya. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, guys. See ya. I'm going to get better on Discord. You guys can bug me about anything. Sounds good. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bro, you did a tutorial on Java. We could do that. It's another. We could do Java as well. It is less than... why? Why Java? Please, no. We could.